Radhe Radhe. In my previous lectures, reflecting on the topic of how to apply spiritual knowledge, as in how to practically implement divine knowledge, divine philosophy, the single message that echoed through the lectures was loving remembrance of the divine form of our beloved Lord. However, considering the vastness and the richness of Hinduism, a question naturally arises in the mind of many individuals. Which descension should I meditate upon? This question often arises in the minds of people. Most followers of Hinduism today are generally followers of either Sri Ram or Sri Krishna. Now, this does not mean that these two descensions of God are somehow superior to others. Any question of greater or less in this regard is totally wrong. The main reason for the prominence of Sri Ram and Sri Krishna is that they performed many more divine pastimes than other descensions. These loving pastimes help aspiring devotees attach their mind to God. It is only from the point of view of engaging the mind that these two descensions have been given special importance and attention. But in reality, there is no imperfection in any descension, because all descensions are divine and perfect. On certain festive occasions, sweets in the Hindu tradition, in various shapes like horses, elephants, dogs, deer, and so on, are made for children. Being innocent at heart, children see them and may quarrel among themselves. One says, "I want the horse," and another says, "I want the dog." Their parents, of course, know that whether their child has the horse or the dog, the sweetness in both is exactly the same. The difference lies merely in the external appearance of each sweet. In exactly the same way, every descension of God possesses infinite qualities and powers, and therefore there is no difference in their divinity at all, no matter what descension you may love. Someone might say, well, the scriptures have mentioned up to 24 prominent descensions. What do I do if I like a form of God that is apart from these? Well, the answer to this is you are free to accept any form that pleases you, that pleases your heart, because innumerable descensions are manifesting every moment in innumerable universes. Vedavyas, a descension of God, has clearly stated this in the Bhagavatam. There have been countless descensions. If you desire to worship God in a specific form, or a particular form that has not been referred to in the scriptures, of course you are free to do so. God will have to assume the form of your choice. He can effortlessly assume any form. You are completely free to visualize him in any form, think of him, meditate on him in any form, with any complexion and in any dress. of your liking or your preference. God is so merciful that he has not made any strict rules or restrictions that could limit the devotional practice of any individual soul. This is the reason why God has been referred to as Anantanam Rupaya. Anant means infinite, Nam names, Rupaya forms. The one who has unlimited names and forms. It is only our ignorance that binds God or confines God to a specific form. But he has countless powers without limit. We have been given complete freedom of choice in our devotional practice. With that being said, the main point to remember is that God has infinite forms, he has infinite names, infinite attributes, infinite pastimes, infinite abodes, and infinite associates or saints. They are all one and reside within each other. You can accept any of these and devote yourself to whatever attracts you from the divine realm and attain your supreme goal. So this is what makes Hinduism rather unique. It's very liberating, it is all-embracing, and so it accepts us the way we are, owing to our individual identities as individuals. Whatever our likings and whatever our preferences are, we are free to love God in whatever way that we prefer. The only thing that we must remember is as and when during our devotional practice we are remembering God, that we add feelings. We add divine feelings. We bring those feelings, or with those sentiments, with those devotional thoughts, we remember God. We must remember that the form that we are meditating upon is in fact a divine form. And so those sentiments will be graced by God himself. And we will begin to experience that inner peace, that inner joy, that contentment, satisfaction that we seek in our life through everyone and through everything. It will begin to develop, it will begin to grow within us, within ourselves. So we are free to meditate upon any form or any descension we like. Shrimat Sadguru Sarkar ki Jai, Shrimat Yugal Sarkar ki Jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.